Hello and welcome to Box to Board. Now tonight we are going to look at how to generate a character for the rather exciting Alien role-playing game from Free League. Now I am a bit of a fan of Free League stuff. It works on a dice pool system where basically sixes are successes, and that's the key thing to know. This one has got some interesting twists to it as well, so let's have a look. So basically I'm going to flick through what's here and we'll work from there. So we're going to design a campaign play character, and then what I'd like to design is a colonial marine, because that's kind of a fun thing to do, and it's quite a straightforward one to do as well in a lot of ways. So the career is going to be colonial marine, and we shall look from there. So yeah. So here's our colonial marine. You can see moody, typical sort of stuff for this. It's very moody. It's very sort of I don't know. It just looks right to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to first of all look at their attributes, and we basically get 14 points, whereas we can assign no less than 2 and no more than 4 to any attribute. However, we can give 5 to our key attribute. So in this case, our key attribute is going to be strength. Now this is off the Free League website, and it's a print version of it. So what I do personally is I always do tally marks to start. So I'm going to do some tally marks in each box. That makes up to 8, and then I've got 6 left to distribute. I'm going to add the full max 3 into my strength, so it goes up to 5, and then I get 3 left to distribute, and I'm going to go with, I want this guy to be pretty agile and have some wit, so I'm going to go with 4 agility and 3 wit, and then 2 empathy, so we've got a basic level of empathy. But there we go, and that should add up to 14, so I'll just check that. It's 2 plus 6 is 2 plus 4 is 6. Yep, 14. Brilliant. So next bit is then we look at skills. So with skills you have got it says here there are 12 skills in the game. They're all distributed and measured 0 to 5. Starting skills: when you create your player, you get a total of 10 points. You can assign up to 3 points for each skill listed in your career, and you can assign another skill point to any other that you choose. So we get 10 points and up to 3 on the skills for career. So we've got close combat, stamina, and ranged combat. Stamina allows you to do stuff like survive in the cold void of space. Just finds how much damage is done. So I'm going to just dot the close combat, range combat, and stamina. So stamina. Sorry, it's there. So I want this to be a pretty feisty shooter. So I'm going to give them 3 and 2 for close combat. So they've got 5. So I've got 5 left to distribute, and I think mobility will be quite important, so I'm going to give them 1 for that, so that takes me up to 6. Command could be useful, but it's based around empathy from what I can remember, so you know what, I'm going to go with observation definitely, so because I think that's always useful in these things. 7. 8 for survival. And then I'm going to give them a stamina 2, so up to 10. So yeah, they're going to be an interesting character, I reckon, to play. And then you get to pick other things like talents. So these are trick moves, and these are specific to. There's some that are specific to your career. Okay, so you can learn more talents during the course of the game, at which point you'll have many more talents to choose from. Okay, so we get 3 at the start for our career. So these are banter, overkill, and pass the limit. I'm going to have a look and see what those actually do. It's Colonial Marine. Banter means that basically I can reduce my stress level more efficiently. Overkill is a really nice one. So basically, whenever you get to a certain state of panic, you attack, and then past the limit. You can push any skill roll based on strength twice. I'm going to go with overkill because this idea of panic is quite an important idea in the game, but basically this guy will have an element of control whenever others wouldn't. So that I like. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I believe we do stress levels, which at the beginning is 0. We'll talk about stress in another video. Health is going to be equal to your strength score, so it's going to be 5. I am going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and mark it like that. Name, it gives suggested names, appearance, personal agenda, which will be interesting. Right, so let's have a look. So name, I'm going to call him, I like that, Nick Mullaney. I think it's a great name, so I'm going to go with Nick Mullaney. And there's their Colonial Marine. And then they've got to work out their appearance and their personal agenda. Let's look at their personal agenda first. So I'm going to say that they've yeah, you once covered up a war crime. So it's important that nobody knows. So if anybody ever finds out, you'll do whatever's necessary to silence them. I like that. Appearance, I'm going to give them cold eyes, because this guy's going to have been there, seen it all. He's going to have crew cut. And I might just, yeah, scar. So the scar on right cheek. There's going to be a burn. So whatever happened, they were burnt. So then we get buddies and rivals. Of one buddy and one rival among the other PCs. Okay, so that's, we're not going to do that because that will only make sense inside a game. Now, signature item and starting gear. So let's pick those out. So signature item, I am given a choice here of things: bullet that you survived, lost friends, dog tags, trophy. I'm going to put bullet you survived. So they've given you this bullet that you survived and you carry it around. And then gear, we get some choices. So I'm going to go with pulse rifle because I want them to be that kind of grunt type figure. M41A pulse rifle. Then they get motion tractor or grenades, electroshock grenades, G2, electroshock grenades. I think always go with grenades. Pressure suit, personal armor, M3 personal armor. And apologies to my American batteries. And then I'm going to do a signal flare because that'll be useful. Deck of cards, I'm not sure it will. And from there, we are not far off. So we've got the equipment done, we've got the gear. Encumbrance shouldn't be an issue. I'm going to assume consumables isn't an issue. We've got some, and then we've got some money as well. So we've got D6 times 100 money as well in cash. So how much have they got? They have $300 in cash. There we go. And then it's just a matter of looking up the equipment, popping it in, and seeing from there. So pulse rifle. I should have went with the smart rifle, no doubt, but you know what? I like pulse rifle. I like the sort of idea of it. So it's +1 bonus. +2 damage and long range. And there we go. And then we've got armor to look up as well, and the grenades to look up too. So G2 armor. Let's look M3. Armor. M3 personnel armor rating is 6. And what else do we have? Grenades. Grenades. Vision devices, pharmaceuticals, medical. I'm wondering if close combat weapons. Nope, that's not it. Heavy weapons. No. Oh, there's grenades. So there's a bit about them. So they stun. Okay, so that's it basically. So we've got here pretty much the guts of a character made, and that's all there is to it. Which is really good because they do tend to die quite a lot in this, which is kind of the point. And it's going to be it's pretty brutal, I would imagine, from what I can see, and this looks good, but that's all there is to it. It's not a long process at all. Next video we're going to talk about some of the points we haven't mentioned so far, which is stress, because there's a marker on there, and I've marked the wrong bit. Instead of health I marked stress. We'll talk about that and why overkill is so powerful for this guy, and we'll have a look at some other bits and pieces, but that's it. That's all there is to it. Very straightforward. The thing that what you do for this, just to let you know, is, so for instance, things like strength. If we look at ranged combat, it's an agility roll, and so we go 4 dice and then add 3 dice to the pool whenever we're shooting and roll, and if we get 6, sorry, we hit. It's as simple as that. So the numbers represent how many dice you're rolling each time, but it's a really easy system. We do quite a lot of RPGs on the channel, and if you would like to watch more, please subscribe just about there, actually, probably on the screen. Click that button and you'll be able to subscribe, and yeah, share videos. And also we've got a set of t-shirts coming out now for Box to Board as well, so please feel free to purchase them on Teespring, and we get a little bit of money which goes towards buying more products to review, and you get an opportunity and do more videos. So that'd be awesome. Thank you very much, and have a lovely evening.